Hello everybody, I hope you all doing great and welcome to Operation Management. I am Iman Hassanin Toha, Assistant Lecturer at Faculty of Commerce, Department of Business Administration, English Section. Welcome to Chapter 1, Section 3, which is Operation and Productivity. This section is based on material taken from the textbook under the supervisor of Dr. Ammar Fathi Musa, which is Assistant Professor of Business Administration and College Vice Dean of Environmental Affairs. Today, inshallah, we will continue true or false questions. Let's go and see the questions. Okay, let's move on the first question, which is middle managers are responsible for making organization-wide decision and establishing the plans and goals that affect the entry organization. This sentence is false. Okay, let's first talk about classification of manager in the organization. We have traditional pyramids from a management level, which contains of the 3 levels. The first one is the top manager, and the second is middle manager, and the first one is the first line manager. And the first line manager managing the work of non-managerial employee who typically are involved with proceeding the organization products or serving the organization customer. They are often called supervisor, shift manager, direct manager, for example, and also department manager and office manager. But the middle level is managing the work of first line manager. We also they are often called project leader or store manager or division manager. And then the upper level of management, which is the top manager, are responsible for making organization-wide decision and establishing the plan and goals that affect the entry organization. They are often called executive vice president or president, for example, or managing director. And also we can say chief operating officer and also chief executive officer. So the right answer here is the top manager, who are responsible for the making organization-wide decision and establishing the plans and goals that affect the entry organization. Number 2, controlling is to ensure all activity are accomplished as planned. Answer is true. Controlling overall have 4 stages or 5 stages, which is first one, monitoring the activities performance and then compare the actual performance with the set goals. The third one is evaluating activities performance, whether things are going as planned before or not. And the last one is correcting any disturbance to get work back on a track and achieve the set goals we set it before at the first of building the organization or starting the organization. So controlling is to ensure all activities are accomplished as planned. Number 3, operation management is the creation of goods and service. The answer is false. For sure is false, because operation management means a set of activities that create the value in the form of goods and service by transforming inputs into outputs. But production is the creation of the good and service. So the answer here is the production, not the operation management. Okay, let's move to number 4. And the objective of the production management is to produce goods and service on right quality and quantity and right time and right manufacturing cost. The answer is for sure is true. When you see these questions, the first thing come to your mind is China. China is the biggest country who are produced and give us this production. So this is the only, I think, the only country who are produce to us goods or service on right quality and right quantity and right time and right manufacturing costs. So China implements the production management by giving the product of by in the right quality and the quantity and the right time and consume or reduction or reduce the manufacturing costs. So the answer is for sure true. Number 5, forecasting is making prediction of events that will occur in the future based on past data. The answer is for sure true, but let's speak here about the forecasting. The forecasting the volume of production. This is to meet the expected demand, in a timely manner, and this comes only if forecasts are made well in advance. So that the operation transformation of inputs to the desired product can be completed and presented to the marketing in a timely manner. Also, it is logical that the forecasting of the volume of production is in the light of the expected sale volume on the basis of marketing study and prediction of the variable affecting it. In addition to the studies of experience of project itself was regarding the ability of the project to discharge its previous production. And also, this study is called for reliance on statistical methods, ranging in difficulty according to the nature of the study to be completed. Based on the objective set for production in the system, the production manager carries out the planning work resulting from these goals, such as development of policies or plans or program who made it before and procedures necessary to achieve this goal. Okay, number 6, supply chain management ensures that all goods are delivered to the consumer in timely manner. The answer is false, because delivery management is the manager ensures that the goods are delivered to consumer in a timely manner. But supply chain management, first thing come to my mind is McDonald's. McDonald's is the best delivery in Egypt or all over the world, or the best restaurant or fast food restaurant who deliver for us the food in fastest way. So supply chain management integrates supply chain into the firm strategy and determine what is to be purchased from whom and under what condition. Let's go for number 7. Goods is economic activity that typically produced an intangible products such as education, entertainment, learning, and government, financial, and health service. For sure, the answer is false, because goods is the economic activity that typically produces an intangible product, and first thing that I see intangible, which I can't touch it, it's a service, not a good. And the fundamental difference between the provision of goods and the provision of service is that goods are tangible, physically output of productive process, while service represent intangible outputs. Also, service is an activity of series of activities of an intangible nature provided through interaction that occurs between the customer and the service provider or between suppliers or a system of production, and also service delivery, for example, whereas these activities are not considered solution to the customer problem. In the language power of operations, the consumer or service requester receives and consumers that serve at the place of its production. For example, workplace flower, which is the service of organization, may be called the front office, restaurant, or operations room, like hospitals, depending on the type of the service itself. So there are also many invisible activities associated with the tangible inputs and outputs. For example, we find that in the most airlines, there is so-called a back office of a strange customer service, and such an office occupies tangible and intangible things and information at the same time, so like text or checks or claims, and therefore the manager in the same way as factory. Okay, great. Let's move to number 8, which is decision on production and operation management. Includes the strategic decision, tactical decision, and routine decision. Sorry, the answer is for sure true. Let's speak here about the 3 stages here, or the 3 decisions. Within the frame of the production and process function, the administrative decision made in the terms and time range can be divided in 3 types. In 3 types. The first one is the strategic, which is means the long term, and operation decision, which is mean the medium term, and routine decision, which is the short term, which are related to oversight and follow-up process. And let's see the definition of each one, or the meaning of each one. First one, the strategic decision, which is mean the long term, and in this field of production and operation management, it's related to what affects the organization or unit in long term, such as the selection of the location, for example, of the organization, and increase the productivity efficiency. Also the issues of quality, and I think also the explanation of organization. And it should be noted that such decisions are made at the level of the senior management of the organization, or as a are made that the decision are made at the level of the senior management of the organization, or that there can be integration between production management, process, and the other department in the organization. So tactical decision, it's regarding to tactical or operation decision in the field of production and operation management, which are decision on how to implement the strategic plan approved by the organization which is made it before at first. This decision related to work needs to be done to identify the resources requirement, like material, work, machines needed to implement the organization main production within a specific period of time. The routine decision, the last one, is the decision on planning and control of operation in the short term, which where the need of the resources needed to implement the production plan, and it determine within a period of 1 week مثلا, or a month, such as a number of raw material required during this period, or the number of shifts and the number of workers required in each shifts. So the answer here is true. One characteristic of production system is feedback. Yeah, but first, um, let's talk about the characteristic of production system. We have 5 characteristics. The first one is briefly كده, the relationship of productive system to other systems. And the second one is the mutual relations between the parts of production system itself and circumstances associated with its operation. And the third one is one unit system. The final objective are the guide to the productive system. And the last one is the feedback. But let's talk here about the feedback. The feedback means the system provide management with data and information that reflects the level of operation and production of outputs like service or goods or both of them, so that the management can monitor operations that take place within the production system, if there any difference between what management and production plant, and also product produced from the system, whether data or information, service as working to restore the situation. So it's balanced with the appropriate correction by making the necessary adjustment to take the required work and achieve the desired products themselves. So let's go to number 10. Number 10, work design includes identifying technical and investment function and defining the different specification, which is characteristics required in product, commodity, or service. The sentence is false because product design includes identifying technical and investment function and defining the different specification required in the product, commodity, or service. But work design, it is a part of overall design of the production system, which includes the basic organization of the work. Also, it means identification of operation and the calculation of time and productivity standard, and also the determination of production routine and the stage, identifying the basic models of production, the work system, and also the profitability of using overtime.